God, second morning inning is so good. Like it should be honestly, Oh, whoops. It's just that good. Anyways, let me undo this and this, and hello. Wait, I don't have my bouncy PNG guy on. Okay, test. Is it there? Okay, it is. So hi. I mean, today's live stream is basically straightforward. We're just going to rate all the Cantos. So this tier list actually had it up till Canto 6. Well, actually up till the murder on the Warp Express. So I just went in and added Canto 7 just there. So yeah. Alright. Shall we get started? I think we shall get started with Canto 1. The Canto that begun, well, not necessarily, well, our finding of the Golden Bows, essentially. The Metamorphosis, aka Gregor's Canto. This Canto has honestly fulfilled its job of like what it needed to do. Like, we're like, because obviously, like, we're still like incredibly new to the game, and so how do I want to? Let's see. What are some? I'm trying to rethink what all the things are in Canto 1. Obviously, you have the grade 8 fixers, the abnormalities, I believe, or like whatever the bug arm guys were. And then you also have the villains, which is like the Hiremans and all their group. And I think we will actually, I know it's a little bit a bit of a tangent, but we will definitely see them again in Canto 8. So, for what it was worth, I'm going to put it in B tier. It did what the purpose was, trying to ensure that we're, getting introduced to the things. Maybe B tier is a bit high, but I will see. But like comparing it to like other Cantos, like it did its role as an introductory story. Alright, so next up we have is Canto 2. Which Canto 2 was pretty forgetful, I'm going to be honest. Like, obviously we get introduced to the Eurodivi. But like, and obviously the whole gambling situation and the Sinclair having his moments there in Canto 2, but other than that, there wasn't much like interesting essentially with Canto 2. It is the first Canto though that we did recover a golden bow successfully. But it's like there's nothing that interesting with Canto 2 that can like rings a bell. Actually, wait, I'm just remembering Ryoshu's like moment with like the guys with the sombreros and the what do you call those shakers? But yeah, Canto 1 was or not Canto 1, sorry, Canto 2 was pretty forgetful. I don't think it's the worst one we've seen so far. Well, actually, that's a lie. But I don't think it's D tier per se. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Canto 3, oh boy. This is where I think Limbus actually gets interesting. So, this one I can remember the most of. I believe we were trying to get through K-Corp first, but because of Dawn being a little bit silly. If Canto 4 isn't S, it's a mid-list. Okay, hold up. Canto 3, Dawn being silly, and then got the beat down of her life from Virgilius. And obviously this is Dawn before, dream ending, but... And then, what else happened there? And then, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, in Canto 2 we also met Effie and Saud, which... I will be honest, they were pretty forgetful characters. So Canto 3, we meet the source of Sinclair's trauma, Cromer, and also Damien. And then Damien, what else was there? And then we meet like the whole like N-Corp like association essentially. Well, not N-Corp specifically, but like the whole like essentially Cromer's funny group. And the amount of emotions. I'm surprised Canto 1 isn't A, because it's a good start for Limbus and shows what type of game Limbus is going to be. Canto 1, I think, did its role well. It's just that I don't think there could be a little bit of an improvement on how it... There should have been a little bit more in-depth with the story, in my opinion. And obviously, actually, even now, Canto 2, the story itself isn't actually finished, but... Because it didn't fully adapt the entirety of Rodion's book, but yeah, I do like Canto 1. Canto 2, not so much. Canto 3, back to that one. And then, after they met Gyudo, how the hell do you say his name? It's here, I'll type his name out. That guy, I'm just gonna call him wannabe Pope boy. He was very interesting in terms of how much of a stuck-up he was to Cromer. And then after the whole we get to see Cromer, like, Sinclair goes on an absolute rampage, and then Dawn has to like beat him back to his senses. That was a fun one. And then they enter the dungeon, which the dungeon then explains more of Sinclair's story, which I think Canto 1 should have explained more of Gregor's story. Weak link for characters is Sinclair and his magic carried by Chrome. Yeah, because I think Sinclair, honestly, like the first bit, well, not the first bit, because that's when they're trying to get into K Corp. Like the bit where they were trying to, go to Cromer and to try to retrieve the golden bow. Like not like when they're inside the dungeon. That was a really like there wasn't like much besides just murder, essentially. And then obviously in the dungeon, like they explained his backstory. Which obviously was like they should have honestly took it a little bit before to explain his hatred for Cromer. Because like I think if you had it like in the dungeon itself, it's gonna get a little bit convoluted. And then obviously I don't remember, is it Effie or no, it's Saud that dies because of and then Guido shows Dante who has the better grip. And then Sinclair absolutely destroys Guido with all his might. And Effie also almost dies, but she survives. And then they go onto the top, and then the Cromer boss fight was also very good. And then you have Damien like sleeping in to ensure that everything like we actually get another golden bow in our books. And that's something I should actually say with Canto 1. The Yuri boss fight showed, I'd say, the type of enemies we're likely going to face. And then Canto 2, like, just didn't have any, like, outstanding enemies besides the sombrero guys. But yeah, Canto 3 was pretty good. I just, yeah, like you said, Sinclair's been a little bit of a weak link, and yeah, A tier. And now that's it for the first 3 stories that Project Moon has started with. Wait, let me see this. Only thing I might hate about this Canto is Damien showing up late by the end. It's also cool he showed up late, but because it showed him ending Cromer. Yeah. Right then, Canto 4. Mr. Depresso Boy. Is anything going? Probably not. I'm usually lenient towards stories. Okay, Canto 4. Canto 4 best Canto. Okay. So we're finally in K Corp. We get to see the laboratory where they do the regeneration, and Yi Sang meeting back up with Dongrang. Then terrorist attacks lab. Which we find out the leader is Don Biek, which I will always hate that 4-48 boss fight. It is the worst thing ever. And then we see Yi Sang get his ideal. And this is where I would say Limbus, or like starts to become like really, really good with the storytelling. Because it showed because it had a really good progression. But I would definitely say though, after 4-48, as soon as Dongbiek dies, the dungeon itself was a little bit eh. Like, there wasn't much to it. Yeah, no, Canto 4 had a lot of fights, like, and like we had like how many fights was it, like 30 or something like that? Hold on, let me actually load up Limbus to see. Let's see, where, alright, Project Moon logo, I see you. Canto 4, what else was notable there? Well, basically, almost everyone in Yi Sang's group is almost dead. And he got his wings. Okay, let's see. Go to Canto 4. Let me actually switch screens. Okay, here we go. So let's see, so we have like there's like so much like combat, I can already tell from this first part. It's gonna be more towards the story. Oh yeah, Shireen! I forgot about her! Okay, well that's another thing. Like, Shireen being a spy. There's a whole hole in Yi Sang's like chest towards his back, and then other like cool stuff like that. But yeah, like this has a lot of combat which doesn't need to be there. And then the boss fight I will forever, ever hate. Anyway, so let's... You know, I'm gonna leave Limbus open in case I need to go back to any other, what's it called? Any other, stages that were notable. So yeah, that's my only complaint with Canto 4 is the boss fights, and they kind of did the same thing with Canto 3 in the fact that they didn't explain the backstory too well of Yi Sang until the dungeon fight. But the dungeon fight, like, as soon as it's over, like, the scene where Yi Sang gets his, like, wings from the broken glass shards is, like, really, really good. Like, it is a good ending, I will say. Now, where do I rate to this? In terms of story, it's S tier for sure. In terms of fighting, it's gonna go drop down to I'm joking. Anyways. The evil defining. Alright, Ishmael's is Canto. I will say, one thing that I do love about his, or not his, in the normal book, it's Ishmael's a guy, but in what Ishmael's Canto was really good, like in terms of how the story progression happened, because like we kind of did see in the second intervalo here about how she was getting a little bit panicked about like what's happening, which I'm still not rating these intervalos. I'll do that later, like later in the next stream or something like that. Ishmael obviously wanted to get revenge for Heath, or not Heathcliff, Queeg. Not to mention, Ishmael is also the most, like, rational sinner. Bloodlusted Ishmael? Well, listen. If evil, why hot? Listen, in Arknights I have Artoria as my main screen for a reason. Everyone should know this. If a character is crazy, they are automatically hot. So that's how it works. Ishmael is no exception to this rule. Yeah, this was a whole different, like, character arc for Ishmael. Because obviously, Canto 5 had... Obviously, we needed to make the bus into a boat. Then... we met up with, like, the brothers and sisters gang. I don't remember what they were called. Yeah, but yeah, she was mainly calm. And then as soon as her Canto came, or well, the U Corp came, she was like, "Oh shit! Now it is time to get my revenge. I've been waiting for this for so long." Uh-oh. Oh god. Wait a second. Is the internet? Did the internet went out? Wait. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. It's still on my PC, it's just not on my phone. Okay. Okay, we're good, we're good. Yeah, okay, we're good. Does anyone remember what happened in Canto 1 and 2? Canto 2 was pretty forgetful in my opinion. Canto 1 was the perfect introduction story. Because obviously it introduced us to the people we were going to ally and face. Gave us our villains, of course. So yeah, obviously Ishmael going from calm to kill mode. And then that old guy, what was his name? The middle? Yeah. Middle in Canto 5 was mainly 50-50 because we were just trying to do the, we were just trying to figure out, like, how do we get to the whale. And not to mention, like, it was basically being an entire, yeah, Indigo Elder. It was basically being an entire seaborne event. So, let me put this up. There we go. So, like, this part here, like, from number... Wait, what? Okay. Like, as soon as, I would say, once we gotten into, like... here, I would say, is when it's basically just a seaborne event. And obviously they were trying to figure out, like, how to get over to the whale. And then, oh yeah, the big brother, Ricardo! Oh, that was fun. Absolutely destroyed every Sinners in there. And then Indigo Elder was like... Man really came in there and pierced through Ricardo's arm just like that. Like, I don't know how bro does it. And then after we meet him, then we actually go to the whale. And obviously we meet Ishmael's good friends. And Ahab, Queek, and Starbuck. And then in the dungeon, essentially, we do see Ishmael trying to obviously murder Ahab, but obviously that didn't go through. Well, obviously they had to do a mutual truce in order to, you know, get out of this whale. But little did they know that that was a trap. Middle brother beating us shows us how the Sinners aren't even at that level yet. Yeah. Queek, yeah, she was one of the best ones because she was simple and straight to the point, and Ishmael liked that for her. And so, what else was there in Canto 5? Obviously, we got to fight Queek herself. Then the trio. Which, the trio was a really good fight. And even, like, the monsters that were inside of this cave was, like, really good in terms of the fighting. And it also showed us how Ahab was basically crazy. And then we get to the ending where it's just Ahab and her gas harpoon. And yeah, the fight itself was really good. And like, also the voice acting in Canto 5 was incredible. Like Ahab, whoever did Ahab's voice voice in that was really, really good. Ahab getting ego is such a cool thing. Oh, was that an ego? Okay, well, I had no idea that was an ego. The gas harpoon was a type of ego. And then we get the final bit where Ahab is obviously defeated, and obviously is telling Ishmael to stab his heart. And Ishmael does consider it, but Dante's like, no. But it's weak, okay. And then obviously Ishmael stabs the heart of the whale. And obviously we get the golden bow back. Then what else was there? And, oh yeah, in the ending scene, we see all the sinners back with the Indigo Elder. Because the Indigo Elder also saved the sinners to get back up to the surface. And Ahab was in absolute disarray mode. And obviously we see that little scene with Ahab and Harmon. So that's what I can recall from all of Canto 5. So, where am I putting this? Alright, now we have this Canto. Heathcliff's Canto 6. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one, let me tell you. Heathcliff? You know what? I think it's best if I say it like that. Oh yeah, it's gonna autocorrect's probably gonna be like, oh, why is there a U there? Because it's Canadian English. Let's actually make this purple. Alright, Heathcliff's Canto. Oh boy, do we have something for him? Alright, let's do this then. Oh, heartbreaking. Kathy. So, at the start, Kathy sends him a letter. They go to T-Corp. And obviously they arrive there, and we get to see how Heathcliff gets his brash attitude. And actually, one of these stories has the squirrel. Little Sir Squirrel, no. And then yeah, we get to meet Nellie, the maid. Then Catherine, like the mystery of Catherine just being dead, shocked Edgar, Linton, and Heathcliff. Wait, did I? Those are the three, right? Edgar. No, that's Edgar's. Edgar, Hinsley, and Heathcliff. And then they obviously read out their will, and then afterwards, the lightning strikes happen. Which, in the lightning strikes, like the whole manor just gets changed. And along the story, we see you know, Hensley dying first, I believe. Then Edgar, or is it Linton or Edgar? I don't remember that guy's name. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can find it somewhere. Or if I go all the way over to, it should be here. Oh yeah, Josephine as well. Okay, so it is Linton. So then Linton does die. Not only, but we also get to see one of Harmon's accomplices. And obviously, Yi Sang having experience in T-Corp. Because after Canto 4, like, Yi Sang has become way more talkative. And in Canto 6, like, obviously the focus was on Heathcliff, but Yi Sang had a minor role in that Canto. The characters were not bad. Yeah, you can hate Hinsley, but you can't tell he was a good character in this. A good bully, we can say. Well, it's not even a good bully, it's just that he has the stereotypical noble attitude. And then obviously we go to the basement and we see all of like the, yeah, like these guys, the Pecatellum abnormalities, and then I believe somewhere around here we get to oh wait, right, I forgot it. Heathcliff himself distorts here. Carmen really came back from the dead and said, "Alright, Heathcliff, you're gonna distort now." And then somewhere here, I believe, or actually no, it's up here, we get to be introduced to Wild Hunt Heathcliff, or well, not Wild Hunt. Sorry, I'm thinking of IDs for whatever reason. Erkling Heathcliff. Yeah, like knowing that Heathcliff's his former boss was just a complete like shock, and his quest to kill every Heathcliff. Like, that's how insane it was. And then we have Virgilius coming in, helping us out against the horde of the abnormalities. Then we have Erkling trying to get to the rooftop, and then we get a Golden Bow resonance, which is Pilgertia? Or Pilgervita? It's, well, I need to type it out. It's something like that. And then, obviously, Nelly obviously had to fulfill her contract because Catherine and Harmon had a deal. My watch is going off because of not doing steps, but because of the deal that they had, Nelly was also involved, and so obviously we had to fight her. And then 6-48. Oh boy. I haven't read any of like the Leviathan like stuff for Limbus, so I'm not too aware of Virgilius doing that, but he helped us here to ensure we would catch up in time to get to Erkling. And then, oh boy, this cutscene right here. Let's play it. Actually, let's do it like this. I don't know.
책임은 모두 내가 진다. 주인 나를 불러.
소재가 좀
Let me do it like that.
라만 차렌드를 뒤엎는다.
Is coming in saving us as yeah. It really is PM, which I don't know what that means. And yeah. Also this music, absolute insane melody. And like this entire cutscene, like nothing can beat that off.
제발
No.
어떤 상황이 닥쳐도 포기하지 마세나. 저들의 공격은 우리의 투지를 꿰뚫을 수 없을 테니.
But yeah, that fight is yes iconic. Like it is such a good fight. Like everything about Canto 6
모든 게
was
전부
incredible.
엉망이지 않나. 집에 돌아가기 부끄럽군.
And I think it's only fair
내가
if
돌아갈 집이
if
남아있던가.
this is my favorite Canto. Because it had everything I wanted in like if there's a level above Peak, Canto 6 is above Peak. That's just how good Canto 6 was. Like Project Moon, they cooked hard with Canto 6. Alright. Lastly, we got the most recent Canto, and the one where I started streaming Limbus, and actually there's a little bit of a backstory to this. So I believe I finished Canto 6 probably around late November. So I let Canto 7 like just not be there. Well, like I didn't do Canto 7 until what's it called? Until like the day of my exam was done. So December 16th was my last exam, and then after that I was like, alright, we're doing Canto 7. I'm going to live stream it, and that's how I'm obviously starting to do a lot more content stuff with the Limbus. And oh boy, I'm glad that happened. Yeah, you were there, Dan. You were there. The OG. So, Canto 7. Alright. We have the past live streams, so we can bring those up. Took me quite a bit to clear, because I did it like from right at the start till the end, and obviously I had to sleep in between, because actually during that day, I don't think I've told anyone this, but I had no sleep because I was prepared for that exam. So yeah, I didn't expect that to give a lot of to go ahead and give a lot of what's it called? Well, for it to be long, essentially. Alright. Firstly, we're going to Peacorp to experience the phenomenon known as La Mancha Land. And, alright, so let's actually close out this. Then, we go here, Canto 7, and get introduced to this beauty. Where is she? She is right here, I believe.
이거
Yep.
특색
This
붉은 시선님을
beauty
뵈어
right here.
영광이군요.
Which absolutely would. Caesara absolutely would. The whole fandom gone wild because of this character. Hey, listen, it was such a good character. And then, Canto 7, as soon as we arrive at La Mancha Land, some guy tells us, oh, we're not qualified. And then Ryoshu says STFU. And he's like, what does this mean? And then Sinclair goes absolute mayhem and says, shut the F up, you arrogant. And then Ryoshi had to clarify that she said, shut that flap hole up. And oh my god, that was like I don't think we've ever seen Sinclair that mad before. And then we have Carmille who's like, yo, chat, is this for real? Like, I'm gonna be honest, for the few beginnings, like, that was a lot of fun to read over. And then after the meeting, it kind of died down a bit until we met Nicolina? Where is she? She's here somewhere. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, Dawn without her blood fiend powers got absolutely destroyed. And then obviously we do Nicolina and we meet Samson, which is basically Damien's the best friend. And then explaining the entire Carnival story. Oh yeah, her theme was also good, and I believe the music was really good. Then, obviously we meet the priest somewhere here. Then 7-34, we meet Dulciana. She was very interesting as a boss, I would say. Like, buffing all your allies. And oh yeah, we also got Hong Luce's little sister to join us. And then, in the dungeon, we get to see, like, Sancho reawakening. And then, obviously, we fight the Blood Fiend trio, the Sancho in her Blood Fiend form. Then, obviously, La Mancha Land dawns. The song Dawn PA. Yeah, that was also good. And that ending scene from that they did, that was peak. You killed the streamer, lol. Listen, I took over. I'm the real streamer. I'm the real streamer. I was streaming that, and my streaming powers were too good. Anyways. But yeah, this Canto was really fun. Like, the ending was really peak. Yeah, La Mancha and Dawn was also had a very Like, that's the thing. Like, honestly, all the bosses in this Canto had a unique, like, effect. Even though I struggle a lot with the dungeons, but I'm obviously not as overpowered now. Yeah, like, Canto 7 was a really fun Canto to do. And that ending, that cutscene where Sancho and La Mancha and Gon both collide with their lances. That was very, very good. Like, I don't think anything can top that off so far. Now, obviously, we still have Hong Luce's Canto coming out in April, likely. And obviously, we're getting Intervallo next week. So, yeah, I mean, honestly. Let me do this. I think it's best for me to put it in S2 because I don't. Okay. It was a fun Canto. Though I don't think it would have surpassed Canto 6 for me. Because some bits of the story where it did feel like it dragged on a little bit with Samson. And, oh yeah, not to mention, with Canto 7 we get Super Vera, which is really, really good. Like, I love Canto 7, don't get me wrong. I think it's still, like, high S tier. And the music was really good in Canto 7. It's just that how they did Canto 6 was just unreal. I don't know if they could do that level again with Honglu or Ryoshu's Cantos. Like, that's how insanely good Canto 6 was for me. And obviously, Canto 7 was just really, really fun to do. I know I've said that a little bit, but believe me, it was really, really fun. And seeing our schizo Seeing our schizo little gremlin, Don Quixote, get her blood fiend powers back, and as well as getting her personality back was also very nice. So yeah, that's it for the tier list. I'm pretty happy with the results. Great, Limbus, you can stop now. Now doing Shibboleth. Oh my fucking god. I'm not gonna do that. Alright, well, I think that will be it for today's stream. I know it's a little bit short, but that's kind of why I moved it over to 5 p.m. Eastern Time instead of 4 p.m. Eastern Time. But then I didn't also expect any chance of character list happening. Likely in February. Because I would say what I need to do different compared to this time is that I need to reread all the stories again. I join and you're about to end your stream. Yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, with this type, with like only like 7 slots for me to do, it's basically going to end pretty soon. Like the thing is that this will get updated eventually soon though, because obviously we're still missing 5 Cantos to fully make a true tier list. But you playing any other Project Moon games? No, I do not have Ruina nor Lobotomy Corp. So, because I'm free to play essentially. So yeah. Next week will be interval stream. I know I did say in one of my community posts saying that, oh hey, if like the 25th is likely just going to be like a Mirror Dungeon Q&A stream, but because they announced that the interval was going to happen next week, it's a perfect time for me to just go ahead and like have better content essentially. And besides, it's going to be interesting with the whole checkup, because I'm going to also read the story and yeah, play Ruina in my opinion when you get it someday. Yeah, I've seen a friend play it and it looks really, really interesting. I know a character from Ruina, which is Angela, Roland, and Gebura. Yeah, next week event might be big because of lore, and Project Moon might add something new to the main game. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and so I think like streaming the Intervalo next week is probably the best thing to do, because even the mirror dungeons kind of do get a little bit boring at times. So I'm glad that Project Moon gave us an Intervalo, so I can do that next week's stream, which I'm likely going to push that to 4 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, I will end stream there. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week for the Intervalo stream. Bye.